What if I told you the greatest robbery in human history didn't involve a bank vault, a gun, or a single dollar bill? What if I told you that while you were worried about inflation and interest rates, something infinitely more valuable was being siphoned out of your head right now as we speak? Stanford University just released a study in October 2025 that confirms what the elites hoped you would never understand. They aren't just building tools to help you, they are harvesting your mind to replace you. And the terrifying part, you aren't just letting them do it. You're working for them, for free. Stick with me, and I'm going to show you the peer-reviewed proof that your creativity, your logic, and your very humanity have been stolen to build a machine that doesn't just mimic you, it intends to obsolete you by 2028. They call it artificial intelligence. It's a clean, marketing-friendly term. It suggests magic. It suggests that the brilliance comes from the silicon chips and the billion-dollar servers. But that is the first lie. The official narrative is that these tech giants, OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, are benevolent architects building a better future. They tell you the product is the chatbot. They tell you the user is you. But in the data economy, if you aren't paying for the product, you are the product. We've heard that before with social media, right? But this is different. In social media, they sold your attention. In the AI era, they are selling your reasoning. Here's the smoking gun. Data revealed from inside the industry shows a terrifying metric. A massive AI model with 175 billion parameters, trained on the raw, static internet, is stupid. It hallucinates. It fails. But take a tiny model, just 1.3 billion parameters, and train it on human feedback, and it outperforms the giant. Your corrections, your thumbs up, your rewrite this. That isn't user data. That is high-grade cognitive labor. You are manually teaching the machine how to think. You are the unpaid teacher in a classroom of digital sociopaths. The industry has a technical term for this. They call it RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback. It sounds boring. It sounds like engineering, but let me translate that for you. It is the systematic extraction of human wisdom to correct machine error. Every time you get a bad answer from ChatGPT and you say, no, that's wrong, do it this way, you are donating labor that is worth 100 times more than the electricity used to run the server. You are polishing the diamond. And this is why Anthropic quietly updated their terms of service. Did you catch it? Probably not. They extended their data retention window from 30 days to 5 years. That is a 1,600% increase. Why? Because they don't just need your chat for a month. They need to own your thought process for half a decade to build the next iteration. But that's just the surface level theft. That's the stuff they admit to in the fine print. What I'm about to show you ties this directly to a federal courtroom in New York and a folder containing 20 million evidence logs. You won't believe what the courts are forcing them to reveal. First, hit the like button if you think the news lies to you every day, because the mainstream media is completely ignoring what Judge Wong just ordered. To understand the crime, you have to understand the motive. Why are these trillion-dollar companies desperate for your chat logs? Why are they risking copyright lawsuits and federal investigations? Because they are running out of food. Epoch AI published a peer-reviewed projection that terrified Silicon Valley. They predicted that usable, high-quality human text on the public internet will be exhausted by 2028. They have scraped every book, every blog, every Reddit thread. There is nothing left. And they can't use their own AI to generate more data. Nature, the most prestigious scientific journal in the world, published a finding in July 2024. If you train AI on AI-generated content, the model degenerates within 5 generations. It goes mad. It collapses. They cannot escape us. They need fresh, organic human reasoning to survive. Look at the pattern. They did it with the books, paying $1.5 billion to settle after downloading 7 million pirated volumes because they needed the stories. They did it with the hardware, hoarding chips. And now they are doing it with interaction. The thread tying them all together is panic. They are building a god, and they ran out of clay. This is why the market panicked. Remember when Nvidia lost $600 billion in a single day? The media told you it was a market correction. Wrong. It happened because a Chinese company, DeepSeek, proved that the moat wasn't the chips. DeepSeek released a model that rivaled the American giants for a fraction of the cost. How? Because they optimized the reasoning. They optimized the extraction of human intent. The real asset isn't the Nvidia H100 chip. The real asset is the training data derived from us. The geopolitical war isn't about missiles anymore. It's about who can harvest the most cognitive labor from their population before the supply runs out. And this brings us back to Judge Ona T. Wang and the Southern District of New York. In the discovery phase of the copyright litigation against OpenAI, the court ordered the production of 20 million retained consumer output logs. Now, let's be precise here. The mainstream fact-checkers will tell you, oh, don't worry, it's de-identified. They aren't reading your diary. They are missing the point on purpose. We aren't worried that they know who you are. We are worried about what they are building with what you said. Those 20 million logs are the blueprint of human creativity. They are the evidence that we are the training wheels for a system designed to ride over us. This isn't a privacy breach. It's a patent dispute where you are the inventor, but they hold the copyright. We have entered a new economic era. It's not the information economy anymore. It is the cognitive extraction economy. In the 19th century, they extracted physical labor. In the 20th, they extracted attention. In the 21st, they are extracting alignment. Every time you use these tools to write an email, code a script, or draft a legal strategy, you are essentially uploading your professional expertise into a collective hive mind. You are training the model to do your job, and you are paying $20 a month for the privilege of digging your own grave. New methods like direct preference optimization and constitutional AI are being rolled out. They claim these reduce the need for human input. That's another lie. They just shift the extraction from ongoing to foundational. They want to capture the essence of human reasoning now, lock it in, and then shut the door. The clock is ticking. The next 3 years, between now and 2028, determine whether humanity governs this extraction or whether we become the legacy code of a new operating system. We are not users. We are not customers. We are the labor force. We are the training data. We are the product and the factory. And the low-cost models from China, the data retention policies from Anthropic, the court battles in New York, these are all symptoms of the same disease. They know the free lunch is over. They know the data famine is coming. And they are gorging themselves on your mind before the supply runs dry. So, let's answer the question I asked at the start. What if the greatest theft in history isn't money? It's clear now, isn't it? Money can be printed. Money is fiat. But human ingenuity, the spark of creation, that is finite. And they are draining the reservoir. You are building the mind that replaces you. But here is the rebellious truth they don't want you to know. You can stop feeding the beast. You can run AI locally. You can keep your data on your own hard drive. You can refuse to be a node in their extraction network. The era of blind trust is over. The era of the cognitive resistance must begin. Do not let them harvest your brilliance to build your obsolescence. If you want to know how to run these models locally and cut the cord, subscribe and check the pinned comment. I'm building a guide to getting off the grid. Wake up. The harvest is almost over.